Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now today I want to show you the 2023 Chevy Trailblazer, and if you follow along here on the channel then you'll know there is a refresh coming for the 2024 Trailblazer. So we can go ahead and get a couple things out of this video. The first one is obviously I can show you everything that is available feature wise here on this particular Trailblazer behind me, but as we're going around the vehicle itself, I want to tell you about some of the changes that I remember or recall from the video I did of the 2024 Trailblazer, which should be out later this year. So let's go ahead and dive right in, see what the 2023 Trailblazer Activ has to offer, and see what some of the changes are coming for the 2024 model. So before we begin this video, if you guys haven't seen that 2024 model year video that I did here on the Trailblazer just a few weeks ago, make sure to go check that video out. A lot of useful information in it, but this is going to be a mid-cycle refresh rather than an all-new design since the Trailblazer just came out a few years ago. But anyways, the vehicle in front of us is finished in the new sterling gray metallic exterior color, and as you can tell immediately, this is one of the two-tone paint option packages. So it has the gray paint with the white roof and the white mirror caps. Looks very nice, not for everybody out there, but of course they do offer the monotone paint option on certain trim levels with certain colors. Now up front of the Activ, you will find unique styling elements, including the darkened chrome trim finish that is finished in the center of the grille as well as the lower skid plate. You will find LED daytime running lights, incandescent turn signals up top with LED projector headlights and incandescent high beams below that. This is one of the elements that is changing for the 2024 refresh. They are including more LED lighting across other trim levels and giving the overall front end as well as the rear end a little bit more of a new refresh design. You do have the gold bow tie, but of course black bow ties are available as an accessory. You do have LED projector fog lights down below on the corners with the faux tow hooks in the plastic trim that does look a little bit nice. Gives it a little bit of an aggressive stance, but overall they are fake looking tow hooks. Coming around the side of the vehicle, you do have the matte black plastic trim. Like most SUVs these days, this is a very common design trait that you'll see across the industry. You can get gloss black trim if you get the RS trim level of the Trailblazer, but of course the Activ, being the more off-road variant, will have the black plastic. Coming to the wheels and tires, this is another unique aspect or element of the Activ trim level. These are 17-inch in size with a gloss black and machine finish, and they are 225/60 17-inch Hankook Dynapro AT2. I guess you can say mild all-terrain tires. As you can see, they do have a little bit of aggressive sidewall, but overall the tread is very similar to that of a standard all-season, but this is unique to the Activ trim nonetheless. And another element that is unique to the Activ is going to be the suspension tuning as well as the damper. Now I actually did not realize this until I did the video on the model year changes, but the Activ trim does have unique suspension tuning to make it a little bit more off-road capable or designed for the off-road market than that of the other trims of the Trailblazer. So do keep that in mind, is unique suspension tuning. Of course, like I mentioned, the painted white mirror caps with the gloss black A-pillar and design around the side of the vehicle. These are going to be heated. It does not have blind spot detection, but that is available. Proximity entry on both front door handles. And backing up from the side here, that really gives you a taste or a look at the two-tone paint color. Again, not for everybody, but it does look quite nice. You do have the gloss black roof rails up top. Now coming around to the back, the gloss black trim does continue around the spoiler and some of the C-pillar elements. You will find LED tail lamps as well with incandescent turn signals and reverse lights. There's your Trailblazer badging. More of the darkened chrome trim lower on the rear bumper with more of a aggressive skid plate design. And you will find dual exhaust on this particular trim level in the rear corners. Your backup camera is found just above the license plate. There's your gold bow tie. And this one is not in all-wheel drive. So this particular one is front-wheel drive, but this is available with all-wheel drive as well. And overall, a very stylish looking subcompact SUV. This one does have the panoramic sunroof option package as well, which comes with a few other things. But with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the window sticker on this particular one, and then we'll dive onto the interior. So take a look at the window sticker on this particular one. Like I said, this is the sterling gray metallic, the jet black with the Arizona accents on the inside. 1.3 liter turbocharged engine with the CVT type transmission. Because this one is front wheel drive, all wheel drives will come with the 9-speed automatic. Anyways, the optional packages on this particular one are the sun and liftgate package. The convenience package for $520 gives you the automatic single zone air conditioning, auto dimming mirrors, and a few other items as well. So that brings the total MSRP, including destination, to $29,785. Now taking a look on the inside, You'll find the leather interior on this particular trim with the Arizona accents is what they call it. Looking at the door panel, you'll find a lot of different material usage, which is very nice. Up top, you'll find a hard touch plastic with the bronze accents, but in the middle you have a cloth section. You do have a cloth section with accent stitching. You'll find a hard kind of rubberized textured armrest, power windows, mirrors, and locks with automatic driver window, chrome door handle pull, and there's your power liftgate controls, which does have a programmable height, which is always nice. And you do have a little bit of bottle storage as well. Coming to the driver's seat, this is a power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar, black leather with the accent stitching. And here on the interior, we'll find the older or current generation of styling. This is going to be updated with the refresh for the 2024 models, mainly with some new technology. But anyways, you do have your 3.5-inch monochromatic display in the center with your analog gauges. You can control this here on the right side of the steering wheel, like most vehicles these days. On the left side, you do have your normal cruise control. It does have forward collision avoidance assist, as well as the steering wheel is going to be heated on this particular unit. It is a leather wrap with black accent stitching. To the left, you do have your automatic high beam assist. On the right, you do have normal wipers. There's your automatic headlights with LED fog lights, like I mentioned. Chrome trim around the vents with some of the bronze accents, but overall, a pretty hard touch plastic dashboard. Coming to the infotainment system, this is the 8-inch HD color touchscreen, which is current in the Trailblazer. This does have wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, all the usual stuff that you found in GM products over the last few years. However, this will be updated to an 11-inch HD color touchscreen depending on the trim level that you get in the upcoming Trailblazer. Hard touch buttons below that with the volume and power knob. There's your single zone automatic climate control with heated front seats. No change there as far as the refresh. 12-volt outlet, USB-C, USB-A, and auxiliary inputs. Now this is one of the changes that I have spotted, is I believe the auxiliary input is going away in the refresh. Not that many people use that anymore, but just keep that in mind if you're looking at a Trailblazer. A little bit of additional storage space. You do have your automatic stop start off, lane keeping assist, traction control off, your sport drive mode, as well as a snow drive mode with a little icon, a checkered flag for sport, and a little snowflake for snow mode. There's your CVT type transmission with 2 cup holders on the side and your electronic parking brake behind that. There's your proximity key fob with remote start, as well as the power trunk lid. More storage behind the cup holders in front of the center armrest. This does have a tiered armrest. No ports or anything inside, but it is very deep, so it is a good amount of extra storage space. Coming up top, you do have your black headliner, LED illumination for the vanity lights, auto dimming interior rear view mirror, OnStar passenger airbag, and there's all of your sunroof controls with your incandescent lighting. The power sunroof is going to remain available for the refresh 2024s later this year, and it is one of the aspects I really enjoy about this platform. Given the vehicle itself is not very large, but it does let in a ton of extra light having that option. So out back of the Trailblazer, most of the materials are going to be similar to that of the front. So looking at the door panel, you don't have any of the bronze accents, which is a little bit unfortunate, and most of the door panel is going to be hard touch plastics. Seating materials are going to be the same as the front seat. Step in height is very easy given this is a compact or subcompact SUV. There's a look at the front dashboard. Out back of this particular one, you do have USB-A and USB-C charging, as well as a 120-volt wall outlet. That is optional as part of the equipment on this particular unit. The seat does fold down here on the passenger side completely flat, so you can have items up to about 8.5 feet long diagonally inside. So that is a function I will demonstrate once we get to the passenger side. But you do have a mat pocket here on the driver's seat. Center armrest with 2 cup holders, and the seats do fold down 40-60 split. Headroom and everything here in the back seat is very good, given the boxy shape of the exterior. I have something like 1 inch of headroom, plenty of footroom, and plenty of legroom in my rough driving position. So that's not really an issue in this size of vehicle, but overall it is very useful in the back seat, just not a ton of amenities like AC vents or anything like that. Take a look at the cargo capacity. Once again, this particular one does have the power hands-free trunk. Behind the second row, you'll find a very useful amount of cargo space. On the left side, you have a light, little storage pockets on either side. It does have a hard floor that kind of sits up on its own. If you slide it back here, as you can see, it does stand up, allows for easy access into the lower section. And as you can see, around your temporary spare tire, there is a ton of extra storage capacity. That is several inches deep all the way around. So very useful amount of cargo capacity. And of course, the seats do fold down, and you can fit items up to about 8.5 feet in length diagonally with that front passenger seat completely folded. So lots of space here in the cargo capacity for the Trailblazer and vehicle of this size. Wrapping up here on the front passenger seat, this is going to be a 4-way manual passenger seat, so no height adjustment. Here above the glove box, you have a small storage cubby. You could probably fit something like a smartphone or smaller device there. Accent stitching across the textured dashboard. Bronze accents once again with some gloss black trim. Glove box is damped, does not have any lighting inside, but it is a very useful size. Now, like I said, I will demonstrate here the completely fold flat passenger seat. So just by pulling the adjustment lever on the right side of the seat there, you can see it folds completely flat. Does have a hard back here to kind of protect the seating materials and seating surfaces, and a very large amount of room, I have to say, for longer items inside of this fairly short SUV as a whole. So very cool feature of the Trailblazer that is carrying over to the refresh model as well. Under the hood of this particular vehicle, you will find the 1.3 liter turbocharged inline 3-cylinder. This puts out 155 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque, either through front wheels or all-four wheels if you option all-wheel drive. Now, like this one seen in the video, front-wheel drive is paired to a CVT type transmission, and the all-wheel drive versions are paired to a 9-speed torque converted automatic. Personally, if I was going to purchase one of these, I would probably opt for the all-wheel drive, not only for the usability of all-wheel drive, but also for the 9-speed automatic. But the CVT is definitely going to offer the best fuel economy in this vehicle and always have the engine in its highest torque band. So personal preference, but there are 2 different transmission options as well as drivetrains available. So that's going to do it for this video on the 2023 Chevy Trailblazer Activ trim level. Like I said, this is the most off-road capable version of the Trailblazer. Not to say it is substantially better off-road than that of the other versions of the Trailblazer, especially if you opt for all-wheel drive. But it does have unique suspension tuning to enable it to be a little bit more off-road capable, say something like a gravel or dirt road, stuff like that. So if you have more of an outdoorsy lifestyle, like to take it off the beaten path a little bit further, then the Activ trim level is definitely going to be the one that you want. However, if you keep it on the pavement or paved surfaces all the time, then the RS or some of the other trim levels might be the better fit for you. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, there is a refresh coming for the 2024 model year later this year. So as far as many of the changes go, it's going to be a mild refresh with unique front and rear styling changes, new updated technology on the inside, including some of the digital cluster as well as the larger infotainment screen. But most of the core options are going to remain available here in the Trailblazer, carrying through to the next refresh here for the next model year. So overall, I think it is a very solid value and a very nice vehicle in the subcompact space. But like I mentioned in some of my other videos, there is some more competition coming for this segment of SUV, not only from GM itself with the larger all-new Trax, but also from Hyundai, Kia, and other manufacturers as well. So it'll be interesting to see over the next year or two what happens with the subcompact space, but overall this vehicle does remain quite competitive. So if you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, hit that like button as always. It greatly helps out the channel and these videos. Subscribe if you guys are not already subscribed, and check out some of my content here I have available. Like I said, that 2024 model year changes for the Trailblazer, videos on the Trax, trim level comparisons, stuff like that. And if you are a returning viewer of the channel, I appreciate the support greatly. Helps me do what I do on a daily basis. Let me know down in the comment section below which Trailblazer trim level is the best one or you think is your favorite. Personally, I'd probably spring for the RS, given I like the sportier design on the exterior as well as some of the interior accents. But I think my runner-up would definitely be the Activ trim level, given the unique suspension changes if you're into some light off-roading, more adventure type of vehicle. But let me know your favorite down in the comment section below. Appreciate the support on the channel as always, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.